Muslim, they will come to you and give you a Muslim name.
Yeah.
It's not because of white people.
Okay.
That's how religion works.
Okay, why do we...
You go to someone, you preach
Okay,
him,
good.
you give him that
Okay,
name.
why
It's
do
not
we...
white people.
Okay, why do we speak European languages and they don't speak our languages? And while our languages are dying, are seen with the fact that today when we speak our languages is mixed with a lot of European
it's
English.
a fact of history.
Sorry?
Look, I speak
But history
French.
is finished.
Wait,
History
let
is
me
finished.
explain. Let me
I mean,
explain
the
to
past
you.
is finished. Why are we not fixing
explain
the
to
mess then?
I can speak French.
Yeah.
Do you know where French comes from?
France, yeah, from France.
No, this is another. Look, there's
But
this.
French is known to be from France.
There is, yeah, I'm explaining to you now. There is this superpower, Italy, and they speak Latin, okay? Now, because they speak Latin, they make the whole world speak Latin. The whole world mean the world that they are dominating. Because France is one of that world, now French people are speaking Latin. Now, there is two kinds of Latin. The Latin that the learned people are speaking, and then the Latin that
Why do you know so much about Europe?
Let me finish.
I mean, you can't go deep knowing everything.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Because that Latin is spoken on the street, and then slowly mixed with other languages, slowly it becomes French. You see, now French people, they speak something that comes from another country. You never see them say, I lost my identity because I'm speaking French. No.
Okay.
They take French, and when they go to colonize another country, they bring that French. That's how I can speak French.
Can I ask
it's
a question?
history.
Can I ask a question? Do you think right now African people are free people? Are we free people as a people, right? The people known as Blake, you look brown, so I call us brown people.
Yeah, that's when I like that.
I say because,
I really like that.
Because I use logic here.
Yeah, I really like that.
Okay.
Look, this is what you and me we should do.
No,
look,
we
myself,
should speak about anything.
No.
This is an open discussion. You have an argument.
I also think.
I have an argument, and then we clash here. We exchange ideas. Our viewers gonna be able to judge. It's clear our viewers gonna be able to judge. If you are confident about what you say, you should be fine. If I'm confident about what I say, I should be fine. The people judge. But let's just say, but just answer this, right? Because it's getting dark. I mean, do you believe you as a brown African person, or we generally speaking as brown African people, are we free people, or we remain colonized, or we remain dominated by European? Generally, Africans are poor. We don't manufacture much, almost nothing. We backward technological in all spheres. Do you think is that the result of European dominance over us, or is it of our own making? What you think? Are we free people? Are we a free people?
Sorry, I think we are not free at all. And this is not because white people are bad. No, this is because of this special breed of African people we call dictators. They are really stupid people, those ones. You see, they are ready to sacrifice their own country and the economy as long as they have that power.
Good.
That's the real reason we are like this.
So we are not free because
of white people.
Our dictators. No. I'm just repeating what you say, just to clarify for our viewers, right? So we are not free because our dictators of rulers are oppressing us. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
So now if you look at in Africa, everything is about European right now, right? Like let me take an example that's gonna clarify that. The main languages of communication we speak is European. The identity we generally have is European. What we mostly see on TV is European. What we learn at school is European. The one owning our land generally and the economy in most parts of Africa is European, right? We generally feel inferior to European. You understand? We agree on that. Now, if you see an African father and or mother with a girl daughter, the doll that the daughter always have looks always like European. So if you look at the structure in Africa, right? It's all about benefiting European and not the owners of the place, because almost nothing is about the owners of the place. Now you have an African tyrant, a dictator, who is oppressing you but all is about the European. Now, what kind of oppressor is he when nothing is about his own, but everything is about the European, but he's oppressing you? But because the reality in the order show that the oppressor must be the one that has total dominance over the place, which has everything in your country about you, about them, but not about them.
I have something to ask you.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe someday you'll become someone important.
No, sorry. Just deal with the fact that I put. If you are lie, if you are wrong, right? Clarify them. Say here you did not say the truth. Here you did not say the truth. Here you wrong. It is not like that. But if it's fact, then you must use that. If you believe it's fact, then you must use that as a good argument to say, how can this president be an oppressor when everything
that's
in
why
that
we have a
country
problem,
is
because
yeah.
like, obviously we can all see the same things, and then we have different explanation for that. Look,
can you see that?
What I mean is,
Yeah.
if someone comes to you, asks you to become a dictator, kill your own people, and then at the end you say that's because of white people, then you should say no. Now, look, no one is really free here. Mr. Obama is not free. He's a president of US, but he has people who tell him what to do. But that doesn't mean that he's going to kill his own country and destroy it and say that it's not me, it's the Chinese. No. Look, one day you become a dictator. I don't care who you have to respond to. Just make sure that you leave something in your own country, and then someone else can build on that.
Okay. Now, why don't you think? Because the order in Africa represent the European people's interests, right? And not the owners of those African countries' interests. And we know that the European people are stronger technologically.
Look,
let me just finish my point. They are stronger technologically, economically, as far as information is concerned. Why don't you think they are using those weaker Africans who are mentally conditioned as tools to maintain the colonialism? Because we know the Europeans bomb everywhere in the world. We know they bombed Ivory Coast in 2011 to remove Bago. We know they bombed Libya. We know they bomb Iraq and Afghanistan. We know they're currently invading Central African Republic. We know they're threatening everywhere, calling Iran, trying to make nuclear weapons, North Korea, dictator, Zimbabwe, everywhere you see them putting. So you can see they're technologically more advanced and much stronger. And they even influence us, we generally feel inferior toward them. So why don't you feel like, because they have so much dominance over us, they basically control those puppets, and those puppets are powerless? Why don't you say that? Why are you trying to find reason to blame weak people who have no brain power? Look, and then you don't want to blame these stronger people who have total power?
I know something. Look, imagine I come to your place, I rape your mother, I rape your sister, and then I kill your father, and I go with everything in the house. What are you going to say? Are you going to blame Zuma or the Chinese, or are you going to blame me? Look, as long as we give those people excuses, no, Kabila is destroying DRC because of white people, Kabila will never change. You understand me?
But what do you mean?
Go and take Kabila and kill him and deal with him. Then the next one will know that there will be no excuse for me.
You must look at facts.
Yeah, the fact is there is some stupid guy who is destroying his own country and his own people on behalf of white people. We cannot go and say it's because of white. Look, let's deal with those dictators.
I'm saying you must look at facts. If you fail to have a clear picture of events, you will fail.
Look, if we keep giving those people excuses,
it's not about excuses.
They are dictators because of what people. Then after him, there will be another one. And after him, there will be another one.
I'm saying we should look at the accurate picture. Remember, wrong information lead to wrong decision and to failure. Wrong decision, failure. You understand?
This is what we have been doing. That's why there are so many dictators all over the place here in Africa.
Tell me.
Every time there is someone, our own guy killing our own people, we blame white people.
Tell me.
And then
Tell me, who's a dictator between pink people, the one you call white, I call them pink based on how they look, I call you brown based on how you look. Who's a dictator between a pink person and a brown president? If you put it this way, pink people impose their languages, they impose their names, they impose their religion, they impose their culture. They have taken control over our economy, over our information, over our information sector, over every sphere for our lives. And a brown president who is basically enforcing the European rule, because he is just there making sure that everything the European wanted remain. Who is a dictator? Just answer the question.
You and me. Let's deal with him, and then let's deal with the next one, and the next one, until there is no one left to do that job.
I say, who's a dictator between those two? The one that has imposed his name, his language, his religion. He has taken control over your information sector, over your land, economy, natural resources, over everything. You understand? Over you. And then the brown president is just enforcing their rule, because he's just maintaining what? Who's the dictator between those two?
What you are accusing of?
Can you answer the question? Who's the dictator between those two?
It's Mr. Kabila. Don't worry, I will never say it's white people. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really.
Yeah, you can make your argument. You can make your argument. Now, you see the point here is, I've seen how Syria. Have you heard about Syria? What's going on in Syria? I've seen how Syria is a chaos. They speak about 100,000 dead. On YouTube, you find videos of people being slaughtered. Now,
look, believe me, that's nothing compared to what is happening in east of DRC.
DRC, that one, because we don't see.
And believe you me, there are no white people killing black people in DRC.
Okay.
It's black people killing black people. Why? Is it because they're stupid? No. Is it because?
You see, the thing is, you as a human being must broaden